retired New York City police detective, trying for the 6th time to go live. It's frustrating. Technology. I gotta tell you, technology, guys. It's exhausting. But thank you to Joshua H. for coming on in. I don't know what he did, but I'm hoping that whatever he did corrected this debacle. And I think it has. Your stream is experiencing minor issues. I'm on a minor issue experience on my stream. So I never know what's going to happen. You never know what can happen day to day with technology. It is what it is. But it looks like we are live. It looks like we're live, I believe. Any drop frames? Yes. 1 drop frames detected over 10% over the last 2 minutes. A few seconds ago. Do you want to try to connect back in while we're live so we can maybe do the change? I don't know if it'll allow us to change. I don't know. Hey, good evening, Kyle. Good to see you. Do you want to try it, Josh? And I don't know if it will make it worse. I'll text you the. Hold on, let me give it to you. Hi, Mary. How are you? I do see you. Just experiencing a little technical difficulties. I don't know if it's within the server or if it's just my internet connection, but I checked. My internet connection is strong. So, hi, Black Rose. We may not stay live long, but let me show you. Let me entertain you guys a little bit with the sign that Matt Sully made for me. I don't know if you guys could see this, but hi, Atticor21. How are you? So Matt Sully made DutyRon Way. He sent me this in the mail yesterday. It came in the mail. So he said it was an early Christmas present. So he made DutyRon Way, and he also made a sign that says Jagaloon Lane. Jagaloon Lane. I love it. Hi, Atticor. Hi, Nurse Nanny Patty. How are you, Nurse Nanny Patty? So I have Joshua H is in there. So now, could that be my Wi-Fi on my end, Josh? Could it be my Wi-Fi? You're like, maybe I need to reset my router? Could that be? So Josh is doing some technical mumbo jumbo. He's doing a speed test actually right now as we speak. So he's warning me that we may drop. So let's see how that goes. He says we could drop. So I don't know. It looks like my speeds are definitely, upload is good and download was good, but we're really looking at upload. Hi, Eye of Pluto. Thank you for joining. Eye of Pluto, welcome in. Looks like we're good there for streaming. It's obviously not, peak performance, but that wasn't too bad. The speed test that I saw. So, Matt Sully, what a great guy, right? The DutyRon Way. Gotta love that. So I'm just trying to eat up some time while Josh dissects my computer, to see what's going on. Your stream is experiencing issues. I'm right away wanting to blame my son for this. I right away want to immediately blame my son for playing computer games on my laptop. That's what I want to do. I want to point the finger at my son because he's been messing around playing video games on my laptop. So I think he did it. Eye of Pluto, good to see you. Right away, I want to point the finger at my son. What are you going to do? It is what it is. I don't know what to say. But, you know, the first live stream lasted 20 minutes. And I basically spoke about everything that I wanted to speak about in that 20 minutes. It was I was recapping the Chris Watts Oxygen Network special that aired, I think, last week. And we can blame him, but I think Friday the 13th is more to blame than anything, and it just hit the stroke of midnight, so it's technically not Friday the 13th anymore. So now it's Friday the 14th, Saturday the 14th. So it is officially midnight right now. It's 12 a.m. on the East Coast. So it is not Friday the 13th anymore. It's Saturday the 14th. Nurse Nanny Patty, you missed the first live. I spoke about. I gave my recap of the Oxygen special. My dad did the same thing to me, so I'm just following suit. There you go. I'm pointing the finger at my son. It's definitely, I'm blaming my son for this debacle right now. Yeah, my son plays a lot of games, a lot of different games. But World of Warcraft is one of his favorites. I know he plays that. So I'm blaming right now. Preliminarily, my investigation is he screwed up my laptop. And that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, it's midnight here. It's 12:01 and it's Saturday the 14th. But I blame the first debacle on my son. So it is Saturday the 14th. No longer is it Friday the 13th where I am live streaming from. Hello, Joey Brooklyn. Welcome back. Lexi Callie, how are you? Great to see you. 9 o'clock in California. I know my sister-in-law lives in Southern California, Orange County. I love California. I love to visit California. It is awesome. I've been to San Diego. I've been to L.A., obviously. I've been to Orange County and all over the place in California. The only place I haven't been is up into San Francisco. So I got to get to San Francisco. See my 2 License to Dance. Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So, guys, while I have a minute here, I have a professional that's inside my computer by remote. I want to just say that the Oxygen Network, Chris Watts Oxygen Network, was definitely a thumbs up from me. They really focused on the investigative part of it, and they really showed you the inner workings of how they coerced his confession, how they got him to tell them that he killed his family. And for me, even as a professional law enforcement detective, I enjoyed the program, and I thought that it was very well put together, and it gives you it really gives you a good background on what goes on behind the scenes. I spoke about how they would have went through all of his electronic devices to see what he was communicating with. with his girlfriend, the Nicole Kessinger, who he was cheating on his wife with. They confirmed that they went through his phone, and they had their words, not mine, that they had nothing to arrest her on. Hello, Premier Hell. Good to see you, Him Animal. Thank you so much for coming. So the FBI and the CBI, they all said and agreed that they didn't have enough. They had nothing. They said it was their words. They had nothing to arrest her on. So, thank you for the super chat, Premier Hell. Everyone, go check out his channel. He's a good friend of mine, and go and hang out with Premier Hell, and you'll have a good time. He goes live. I haven't been. I'm guilty as charged. I haven't been in his live streams in a little while. My schedule changed, but go check out his channel. He is live, from what I knew from the past, all the time at night. Especially at night, he stays up and falls asleep while he's live streaming. I don't know if he's changed that, but Sonoma County is beautiful. Sonoma County is beautiful. I've never been there either, but I know what that's about. So everyone go check out Premier Hell. He's a good friend of mine. Black Rose, thank you for moderating. We're just doing some testings behind the scene. Joshua H. is inside my computer doing some stuff. I'm getting some drop frames. 60% over the last 2 minutes, so you guys may lose me soon. Unfortunately, you guys may lose me soon. If anybody subscribes to my channel, the notification will go off for subscriptions. It's not here, it's here. So if you subscribe to the channel, a little notification will come here. Any super chat, anybody who purchases any Streamlabs merch from my merch store, there'll be something that comes out here. What else comes up? Subscribing, merch, super chat, and some other things. So there's a lot of notifications that come out up there. So it is a go. We're good to go. It is definitely a thumbs up on the Oxygen Network. I watched it twice. That's how good I thought it was and how thorough. Of course they didn't go into every little detail, but they broke it down from the beginning, from the very first phone call from Shanann's friend, a concerned friend about her and her disappearance and her not answering her phone, all the way straight through to getting the confession from him, and then the recovery of his family, the recovery of his wife and 2 kids. And I was amazed that Tammy Lee, the CBI polygraph and investigator, Tammy Lee was she was so emotionally choked up during the interview on the Oxygen. It just showed how much emotion was put in there. So thank you for that, Josh. Hey, Josh, are you connected anymore? Or should I disconnect the viewer? Are you connected anymore? Joshua H., are you still connected into the computer? Let me see. Ready to connect? No. That means no. All right, so I'm still getting drop frames. So this is not going to last long. I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, she's definitely first class out of court 21. I have a lot of respect for her, in a sense that she really, this case is going to haunt her for many, many years, probably for the rest of her life. And anybody who participated in this investigation and the recoveries at the oil tanks in the oil field, and they described some, a little disclaimer, this is a little gruesome, but they described in detail how the children were recovered and, what it took to make that recovery. And at the end of the day, that's difficult at best. It would be a guess, Lisa. My guess, and my guess is as good as yours. I don't think that they were alive. I don't believe his story that he killed them there. And I don't think that there's any evidence through the medical examiner's office to prove exactly when he did kill them. But we do know that, obviously, that he killed them. So, Lisa, to be honest with you, it would just be a guess. So, Joey, I don't know what that is. At DutyRon, he FT the system. I don't, maybe that's a typo. I don't know what to make of that. Shared. It's working. Roll with it. I will let you know if it buffers. Okay, thank you. Is the show from the FBI's perspective. It gives you the perspective from the prosecutor in Colorado. It gives you the FBI. The FBI guys speak, and the CBI. So really, Tammy and her, the agent that was in there with her, and one other agent from the FBI. So it was 2 FBI agents plus the CBI and the prosecutor. What I liked is there was not a lot of fluff in it. There was not a lot of sensationalized stuff. They didn't mention a lot. They didn't mention Chris Watts a lot. They did have to mention him, but they didn't, they weren't going on and on about him. They were focusing and talking more about what they did investigative-wise, how they got him to confess, what techniques they used, not in details, obviously, but they explained what they did and why they did it. Like, we all were upset when Tammy Lee was rubbing Chris Watts' back after he told his father the bullshit story that she killed the 2 girls, and then he raged. He was in a rage and killed her. Remember that? They came in quickly, and the reason they came in quickly is because if he would have asked for an attorney, before he confessed, if he would have asked for an attorney when the father came in there, they would have had to stop questioning him. So they talk about stuff like that. Life of Alan, thank you for coming back. Oh, okay, great. Thanks, Joe. So, they explain some of the inner workings that maybe weren't disclosed prior to this. Now he's sentenced. It's a closed case. There's no further investigation. Nicole Kissinger, unfortunately, much to everyone's being upset, much to everyone's, most people out there want to see her arrested, but she can't be arrested because there's no evidence against her to arrest her. So why did that message get deleted? Hold on a second. By Streamlabs. I hope the skank. Another one. That's not a bad. That's not a bad message. I don't know why Streamlabs deleted that. It's very valid. This message goes out to any woman or man that's going to cheat. Any woman that's going to cheat with a married man, or any married woman who's going to cheat. It's a two-way street here. It's a lesson learned by all. But at the end of the day, people, thank you so much. Premier Health, thank you again for the super chat. Lesson learned. There's Streamlabs Streambot coming on and saying thank you to Premier Health. So that's my Streamlabs bot. Dari D, great to see you. Thank you for coming in. You made it. You made it into the show. This is my 6th try at this, and my frames are dropping. I'm a mess here. I'm a mess. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Thank you. Michael Riley, thank you for coming in. Who invited Streamlabs? So, again, the Oxygen Network show was, in my eyes, I gave it a thumbs up. It was good, straightforward information. If you're like most people, entangled and glued to this case still to this day, or even if you're not glued to the case and you really want to hear about it, I would recommend you going and downloading the Oxygen app and go and watch the episode. You can watch it for free. It's Streamlabs, not StreamYards. It was Streamlabs. There was no StreamYards here. I didn't give StreamYards. It's okay. I'm here, says Darry D. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I'm glad you made it. So Streamlabs is what was in there, not StreamYard. I've been using this new tech, Humanimal, for a long time. This is the first time I've had any type of hiccups to it. Frog Push Eye on Weather. Thank you so much. I'd like to see it, but the other is luxury, so we don't have it. I can't show it here. Because it's copyrighted. So if I showed it here, it wouldn't be good for me. So I listen to. I might be able to let you guys listen to the audio. No, I did hear about it, but I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna watch it. I won't watch the show that's coming out. They made a program about this. I'm not gonna watch that. I know a lot of people will, but I won't. But I'm happy that the judge issued the $6 million award for the Rusek family. It basically, the reason it helps the victims' families, they're not going to get that money, but it's going to make Chris Watts not able to benefit from any of the movie, any of the interviews, any of the books, or any of the thing. He cannot profit from this crime that he committed. And that's why it was good that yesterday or 2 days ago, the judge issued that $6 million award or judgment against Chris Watts. So, yeah, I mean, I would do a private broadcast. If some people are interested in it, I could do like a private broadcast off of YouTube, say like on like my Periscope channel, or I could do something. Josh, I could probably show that on off of this app. I could probably show that. And if you guys email me, and if I get enough people who really are interested in it, I could probably do it. Yeah, and the proceeds from the house. But it really, Veggie Girl, it really, only thing that $6 million judgment or, civil award that was awarded to the family, that, he basically, it's a judgment against Chris Watts for $6 million. It just enables him not to benefit from it. I'm not sure about what you said about the proceeds from the house. I don't know the legality of that, and I don't really, I won't comment on it if I don't know it. And I won't even be able to engage in it because I don't know the legality of it. But I know that it only includes him gaining profit off of him selling books, making a movie, doing an interview and getting paid. He cannot get any money from that. Zoom will let 100 people would be fun. There you go. So I have a Zoom account. I have a Zoom premium account. So I can do a Zoom for you guys. So send me some emails if you're interested in that. Doesn't deserve to live. He's lucky. SW and forget. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that is true. He got off easy because there was the death penalty in Colorado, and they made a deal with him. So I hope eventually jailhouse justice takes over. I wouldn't doubt it, Laura. I wouldn't doubt it. So I think the judge did the right thing. The judge did the right thing. I mean, listen, Sailor Earth, Tammy Lee is very emotionally involved in it. She's a mother herself. She's an investigator. She's, did the polygraph. She was hands-on with this guy. She saw the crime scene. She saw the removal of the bodies. And, this, anytime, I could tell you from my own experience with law enforcement, anytime I dealt with a death of a child, whether it was by homicide or by, anything other than natural causes, and even the natural causes. Listen, I've been on the scene of, a crib, the crib death. The baby dies in a crib overnight for no apparent reason, and those are really tough, man. Those are really tough. So anything that involves children, it's always an emotionally charged thing. And I could tell you, it never gets easy to deal with those type of deaths when it involves a child. But the way he disposed of his own flesh and blood is just sickening. So, of course, she's going to be emotionally charged, and they feel like they didn't finish their job. And I think that the job, meaning finishing their job, it wasn't that they didn't arrest anybody additional. I think that she just felt like the death penalty. I think that was her message. I think that her message more so meant that she wishes that he would have gotten a death penalty. They did their jobs completely. There was nobody else to arrest. So if anybody's trying to allude, or if you're trying to allude to that, I don't think so. I don't think that she was saying that because she felt like there was outstanding perpetrators. Aren't child offenders kill on sight in prison? Miss Justice, they don't fare well in prison. That's not true. They don't fare well in prison, but it's not a kill on sight. No, I don't agree with that. Already have my phone cover, and we'll order the mug next. I like the cover a lot. Did you send me a picture of that, Dari? I think you did. I'm getting a little old sometimes. My child was 14, hit and killed by a drunk driver, no charges. Happy-go-lucky. I can't. My prayers and thoughts and strength go straight out to you. That is awful, awful, awful. Send me an email if you want to continue, or if you want to talk to me about that. I'd be willing to speak to you, obviously, about that if you wanted to talk. But I don't think here is the place to. I mean, I thank you for sharing that, but my prayers go out to you and your family. I mean, that's awful, awful. Hit and killed by a drunk driver and no charges. I can't. That stuff makes me sick to my stomach. I've been a fan for a long time. First time speaking. Haitian Princess 1031. Thank you. I'm glad that you feel comfortable enough to come out and say hello. So welcome to my channel, and welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. You're welcome, Sailor Earth. It's my pleasure. I'm listen, these are my thoughts and my opinions from a law enforcement standpoint. They may not be what you want to hear, or I might not be right, but these are my thoughts. Yes, send me an email. Go over to my website, DutyRon.com, happy-go-lucky, and you can get my email right straight from that website, DutyRon.com. Here is the, where is it? Somewhere, yeah, it's right here. So DutyRon.com, and you could just send me an email from there. Just follow me on any social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the same thing, DutyRon. And then you could send me a DM, and we can continue the conversation. Hi, Mishi. Good to see you. Laura, great to see you. Thank you for being in here. Adacor, thanks for coming back. Love and prayers go out to Happy Go Lucky. Guys, please put some prayer emojis to Happy Go Lucky. Some prayer emojis in the chat. I see you. You see me. Thank you for joining. Prayer emojis in the chat. Premier Hell is correcting his spelling on prison. Yeah, it's devastating. It's devastating. Prayer emojis go out. Happy-go-lucky. How long ago did that happen, if you don't mind I ask? Happy-go-lucky. There's my Streamlabs bot. Purchasing from Amazon. Purchase through Ron's shop. Josh, that's part of the bot, right? That's awesome. Hippie Love, good to see you. So the $6 million is just the judges and the judicial system's way of protecting the victims' families so they don't have to see this savage animal make money on the backs of their daughter and their grandchildren and unborn grandson. So that's a way for the judicial system and the courts to zing it to the perpetrator. Thank you guys all for the prayer emojis. Devin Hood, thank you for being here. Linda Ruth Cardoza coming in with some prayer emojis. Bunny Bubs, thank you so much. 15 years ago. It never gets easy, and the hurt never goes away. I know that. Thank you, Dari D. Thank you. You are very kind to me, and I thank you for that. Thank you for being a supporter on all the platforms. I greatly appreciate you. I have a list of all my Patreon. I'm going to get permission from all my Patreon people, and I want to give them individual shout-outs in one of my broadcasts in the future. So, Drop Frames Detective, 38% over the last 2 minutes, Joshua H. It's not good, looking good. A period, D period, thank you so much for joining. So, there's so much to talk about. Let me show you guys what Matt Sully sent me, the DutyRon Way sign. Matt Sully sent this to me, my good friend. He's probably sleeping because he gets up early. But this came to me. He also got me this sign behind me, the You Police sign. Him and his daughter bought me this about a year ago. And then I got the DutyRon Way sign. So I'm going to try to incorporate my signs now into my broadcast. And as we know, thank you, Dari. Thank you, Dari D. She's a wonderful Patreon supporter and a great friend to everybody. And as you guys know, I call any trolls jagaloons. So he also included a jagaloon sign. So, Matt Sully, thank you for this jagaloon and DutyRon sign. I will work these into my broadcasts. Yeah. Well, Dari, the You Police came from another platform that I broadcast on, Periscope. And Mishi, thank you so much for being here. It's so good to have you. I don't get to see you that often. But the You Police came from one of my Russian friends. He came into one of my broadcasts and was typing in the... Trevor, you were there for it, Trevor. He was typing in all bold capital letters, DutyRon, you police? And he kept typing it. I said, yes, I am police. And he goes, you police? And it was a broadcast. I think Trevor was there. My VPN is working. It's working perfectly. It's my son who's been using this laptop. My son has been using this laptop to do his live streaming on. Not live stream. To do his gaming on. And he screwed it up. Bridget Parker, welcome in. Look at what Matt Sully bought me. A Jagaloon sign. Welcome in. Everybody go subscribe to Bridget Parker. She's right there. She's a moderator in my chat. And she does wonderful live streaming from Australia. She's an Australian Aussie. So Jagaloon Lane comes from Matt Sully. I call the trolls Jagaloons. And not only did he get me that sign, but he got me DutyRon Way. How awesome is that? So to go with the You Police, we have a DutyRon Way sign to go along with the You Police. So I should like hang these together. You Police and DutyRon Way. Let's not forget, support your local military, local law enforcement and your military. Make sure you support the boys and girls in blue. support your military and law enforcement. They are our first line of defense on the home front, the police and law enforcement, and our military. They protect us worldwide. Karen, thank you so much for coming in. Karen, thanks for joining. So, Friday night, it was inclement weather. It was raining quite a bit tonight, but there you go, Mary. It was raining quite a bit, but me and my wife went out to a beautiful dinner. We had a wonderful dinner, and then we came home, and she went to sleep, and I went live. She went to sleep, and I went live. The Jagaloons. It's hilarious. That's what I call Devin. That's what I call the trolls. I call trolls Jagaloons. So we have Jagaloon Lane, courtesy of Matt Sully. Jagaloon Lane. These two I should hang together. Right? Hello from the Philippines, Ruthie and Arthur Adventure. Thank you so much for coming. There's my Streamlabs Streambot new DutyRon merch. There's a link to my merch store. Again, everyone subscribe to Bridget Parker and Joey Brooklyn. They're two wonderful people. I can't say enough good about them. So go and subscribe to Joey Brooklyn and Bridget Parker. Bridget's from Australia. Her voice will mesmerize you. She's got an awesome voice. I know I just call her every once in a while just to hear her talk. So Bridget, and she knows a lot about crime cases. She has a true crime channel. She has a great channel. So DutyRon, Friday the 13th, a busy night for cops? Yes, it is. Full moon, Friday the 13th, very busy. Marina, thank you so much for being in here. I love eating. Yeah, we all do. Look at the size of me. Can you tell that I like eating? Look at me. I don't miss a meal. For crying out loud, I don't miss a meal. So, thank you, Jagaloon Lane. Jagaloon Lane. Look at this. I love it. So, all right, guys. Again, I'm just recapping. I don't know if Bridget or some of the people who are into the crime stuff, has anybody seen the Oxygen Network's season 3, episode 1? Season 3, episode 1, Oxygen Network, special on the FBI, CBI, prosecutors' involvement in the case. I give it a thumbs up. I don't know, Bridget, if you guys get it outside the country, but it is an app. If you download the app on your phone, I think you should be able to get it. It did ask me for my cable provider, so I don't know. My grandmother would call trolls jabonis. I've heard that term. If she was alive, DutyRon, it's Italian. I've heard of jabonis. Yes, thank you, Ruthie. Thank you so much. Ruthie and Arthur Adventure from the Philippines. Go check their channel out as well. Yay, Ron, stop. You look great. I know. I always got to pay you to say that, though. That's not fair. I always got to pay Mishi to say that I look great. 8 o'clock in the morning in Russia. Well, good to have my Russian friends in here. Atticor, I am going to get a Zoom video conference where we maybe I'll stream the episode. I can't do it here, but maybe I'll do it on a Zoom. So let's see who else is coming in. Frog Pusher says no. Hold on. Someone said something about Hulu. Yes, I saw it. Better cancel my Hulu trial. Good reminder. There you go, Morgan. How are you? I'm glad you made it back. Kelly in Oregon says, I just popped in from Bridget's channel. Bridget, are you sending your people over here, or are they just following you around? Hippie Love says, I eat keto. Just finished a bowl of whipped cream. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so that one I don't like. You know, honestly, Laura, I just don't like the word stupid and dumb. I think that it's like, I think it's derogatory in some ways to some people. But, you are, it is a decent analogy of the Chris Watts fan club. But I don't get involved in that type of behavior. I'm just asking not to do that in the chat, if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that. We all have our opinions, and I'm not really into pointing a finger or maybe knocking somebody down. I just choose to ignore people that I think are behaving in a less than decent fashion. So I have a lot of respectful stalkers. It's the voice that does it. It's the voice that does it, Bridget. Eye of Pluto is saying hello to Bridget. I don't know, Adicor. I don't know. I'll check and advise. I'll check and advise you. So keto, you can have a bowl of whipped cream. So keto is no carbs, right? Is that what keto is? Keto's no carbs. Is that correct? I think, right? I'm almost certain that that's what it is. Hippie Love, welcome in. Bridget is ASMR personified. There you go, Morgan. I could listen to her all night. Bridget, would you like to call in and let everybody hear your voice? Bridget, are you down for that? Are you down with OPP? Bridget Parker, you want to chime in on DutyRon? Let's chat for a little bit. I can probably open up a Zoom-a-doom-doom session. I do 20 carbs. What? Bridget M., 20 carbs. I think I would pass out. Please do me a favor and do a video on Tessa Majors. I respect your channel, though, and always like your videos. I'll look into Tessa Majors. I don't know who that is. I'll check it out. Very low carbs and high fat, high protein. So can you have like meat? Is it like almost like an Atkins kind of thing? Bridget says, sure. Now, Josh, for me to do Zoom, I would just open up. Do you think that would shut everything down if I did that? Or can I just have, Bridget, would you want to call me on the method that we usually use? And I have a real professional mic here. It would come across really good. Josh, do you think if I opened up Zoom on here that it would F things up? I went too aggressive on keto and got a keto flu. I've heard of that. I've heard people speak about that. Think of the caveman days. There you go, carnivore. Just meat, cheese, and stuff with very low carbs in it. It's like Atkins. That's what I thought. No, I'm done with her, Trevor. I did it so many times with negative results. I'm done with her. She's done until further notice. All right, Bridget, let's do it. Let's do it on. Let's do it the crude way, because it'll still work. I'm afraid that I'm going to screw up because I think I'll get drop frames because I got to use resources for that. How did we call? On Facebook Messenger, I think it was, Bridget? Yeah, there you are. I'll call you. Hey, why isn't it going through? How come I can't hear it? Oh, here we go. Everybody listen to this. You better answer, Bridget. I'll get really offended. Men love keto eating. Is that true? Bridget's not answering.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who we have here live with us. The lovely, the beautiful Bridget Parker, all the way from Australia.
Bonjour. Hello.
How is that coming
It's
across?
it's it's 20 to 5 p.m. here on Saturday.
Sa-
So
Saturday.
I'm well to the weekend.
How, first and foremost, how's the pup doing? How's your dog doing?
Um Next question.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean she's doing all right. She's doing all right. It's just we got some sort of bad news on Wednesday, but she's doing fine actually. She's happy.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I asked. I just wanted to ask because I'm concerned. So,
Yeah.
I haven't had my update this week. My work week was really hectic. So, so those of you who are
Yeah, I
those are
haven't updated because I've been so upset
okay.
about it, but
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry, Bridget. So it is 5 p.m. on Saturday in Australia.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
for those of you who are in on the chat, I don't know, if you guys weren't listening or if anybody that's new joining, this is Bridget Parker from Australia. Great friend of mine, great friend of everybody's here, and she has a wonderful true crime channel that she does. I think she was live before one of your people came in and said, "I can't stay. I got to go back to Bridget." So she popped in my live and then said, "I got to go back to Bridget." So I'm sure she was doing a great live about what case were you talking about tonight?
Oh, Michael Jones. It's just it's Chris Watts but worse.
Oh my
He
God.
It's a Florida case. He killed his wife and his two stepchildren who were 10 and 5, and then his children they were 2 and 1. So he killed 4 innocent children and his wife, and
My God.
it's probably one of the worst cases. It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's funny.
Um,
It's funny because you and I cover these gruesome cases a lot, and it's almost like, even as a seasoned law enforcement veteran, I say to myself when I hear about these cases that are gruesome and so violent in nature, I automatically think, and I don't know if it's just me, but I automatically think, are these people possessed by the devil temporarily? Like,
yeah.
not to give them, when people do use that as a defense, that temporary insanity and stuff like that. But I automatically think, like, could these people just snap, like lose their mind to the point, like, look at this guy Jones, look at Chris Watts wiping his family out.
Hmm.
Look at this guy Foreman that I covered from up in Canada. He basically 9 months or 10 months before Chris Watts wiped his family out, he did the same exact thing. 2 girls and his
Yeah.
wife, but he just, it wasn't oil fields, and they were up in Alaska in the freezing cold. He kills his whole family, the 2 girls and his wife, and puts them in a Tupperware container and leaves them in the cold garage because it was like -5 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale up there. So
Yeah.
he took their bodies and put them in a Tupperware and left them in his garage for a day and a half, and he was shoveling snow and carrying on his business. So you think, are these people possessed? I mean, I don't, I think a certain percentage of them perhaps might be, temporarily, and then they snap out of it and they're just like, what did I do? And then
Yeah.
there's a higher percentage that are calculated, just cold-hearted, cold-blooded killers.
So I think Chris Watts is that, but I don't know about Michael Jones. I think he's very sick. He actually kept the bodies for about 6 weeks in his van.
What?
Um,
Oh, is this the guy that drove around with them too? He was driving around with
he
them?
drove around with them. Yeah, he drove around with them. He had them in plastic totes and suitcases, and the photos have just come out of that, which was hard.
Wow.
The thing that broke me today though was I was reading the incident report, and inside of the tote with the two little girls, one of the girls' name's Ayana, and her baby bottle with her name on it was with her body, and it's just.
Oh my God.
But he kept the bodies 6 weeks. 6 weeks he kept the bodies.
And I don't. How did he keep the bodies without anybody noticing the odor and driving around?
And the problem is they did. They did. And no one did anything about it.
Oh my God.
And,
yeah, because like
he left.
Okay.
And they cleaned the manager had someone come in and clean, and no one reported the smell to the police.
What? I got to look into this case. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch your replay. Everybody that's here in the chat. I don't know how many people are here, but whoever's listening to the replay or watching the chat, I mean, don't leave now. But after I'm done, go. After, imagine that everybody just like me and you are just here talking to ourselves. After my live's over, go over to Bridget Parker's channel. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe and go check out her video she did tonight. I'm sure it was put together really well and very descriptive. So go and check it out if you want to look about this Michael Jones case. I'm sure that she will cover it in detail going forward, or maybe not. Yeah. There's probably a ton to talk about with this.
Well, and this one hits home for me because I was covering it with someone else on a different channel, and I'm actually in contact with her family now, and we talk.
Right. Yeah.
And I talked to her cousin who's early 20s and is navigating all of this.
Wow.
And it makes it more personal when you know the family as well.
Right. Hopefully everyone can hear Bridget's audio well. I just put the phone down away from the microphone because I thought it might be a little overbearing. If you guys could give me an idea of how she sounds, if it sounds okay. If not, I'll pick it back up and I'll put it closer to the mic. But I think where I have it is just right below the microphone, and it should be fine. Usually I would just start a Zoom session and we would have her icon up there and all of that. It would be coming straight through the computer. It's just that I'm experiencing some technical difficulties tonight.
Everyone was telling me that because I was as well. I don't know whether it's maybe YouTube, but I was having big issues.
So you mean I shouldn't yell at my son about this? I shouldn't go after him?
I'm not getting involved in family dynamics.
Well,
I actually was having a lot of problem. It was buffering a lot.
Oh, okay. So then maybe I'll go easy on him tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. A lot of people are saying they hear you fine, and then some people are saying they can barely hear you. But I'd have to go with Joey Brooklyn. I'm going to ask Joey Brooklyn. I think when I put it down, it was low, but now I have it towards the front of the mic, so it should be better now. But yeah, so this is an interesting case because you have some psychopathic, complete lunatic that has killed all these people and is driving around for 6 weeks in his car and just going about his business, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's complete insanity. Thank you, Veggie Girl. Yes, I picked it back up. So I just thought I would be lazy and lay the phone down on my laptop, but it never works that way. I can't shortcut this. If I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it somewhat right. So I picked her up. She's right here, up front and close, and personal. So Bridget Parker is back on the mic. So for those of you who don't know Bridget, she just hit over 1,000 subscribers. It's a great milestone on her channel. She's really picked up the pace, and I'm sure that she's growing on a regular basis each time she goes live. But if you're not subscribed to her, I highly, highly recommend you guys go over and check out her channel. She is full of, good information. She's not going to give you bad information. She is respectful. She's a really good person. I have personally spoke to her many times on the phone, and I think that she is, she's a wonderful gal. So go over and check out her channel. If you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to her. DutyRon gives her a 3 or 4 thumbs up, and I usually only give 2 thumbs up. So she's getting double.
Well, I think thing is that we both love facts.
Yes.
I love facts. So I love going through court documents. I'm that boring. But that's just me.
Right. And you know what? That's some of the things that when I watched you in the past and now currently, I really enjoy that aspect of what you do because you go over the details and the facts, the meat and potatoes of what the case is about. Instead of, taking, a case and glorifying it by adding extra twists to it. You don't do that. So that's what I like about you. And that's something that I pride myself on is going and giving the facts. And I also like that, I'm able to give the other side of this. I've dealt with prosecution in, going after these, cases. And so I know what it takes on both ends, on the, summary arrests by law enforcement. And then when we hand it off to the prosecution, and I know what it takes to get a conviction. And when I see something in a case where it looks weak, I can right away call it out because of my experience, So that's some of the good parts that I have to offer to my viewers and to everybody out there, know. So, but a lot of people saying hello.
Does Joshua H work for YouTube?
Who?
Does Joshua H?
No, he works for DutyRon. He works for DutyRon. He doesn't work for YouTube. He is my personal concierge. On anytime I have trouble, I go to Joshua H. This is
awesome.
He's my guy, And I could say I met Josh on the other app on Periscope. So I met a lot of really good friends on Periscope. Joey Brooklyn, Louise Poppy from.
I didn't know you guys met there.
Oh yeah, I met him on Periscope. Trevor JP, who's here, I met on Periscope. Meglo. I can go on and on and on. I have literally my first 900 subscribers on YouTube were from Periscope.
No.
Yeah, I uploaded on
I follow Periscope for news stuff. I watch a lot of news press conferences on Periscope.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a whole different community.
I
just went there for news.
Yeah, I mean Periscope is a decent application, but it's nothing compares to YouTube. I always gauge. This is how I refer to Periscope, and you don't, being in Australia, you don't really know about baseball, Major League Baseball here, but Periscope is like the minor leagues, and YouTube is like the major leagues. I would say Periscope is like Little League, and YouTube is the major leagues. So. Hippie Love says, why so many men killing children? Well, let me just explain. Let me explain something to you. That's an intricate. There's no clear answer to that, but I can tell you this: that there is probably close to equal amount of women killing children as well. And I'm not just saying that to throw it out there. I'm going by statistics. I'm going by the FBI crime stats. There's more than we would like to talk about women as well killing children. And nobody has a direct answer of why this is happening. Like people will ask me, DutyRon, why is there so many mass shootings? Why is there so many shootings in the United States? Why are there so many shootings outside the country? Why are there terrorist attacks? If I had the answers to those questions, I'd probably be very rich. And if I could stop them, But at the end of the day, it's hard to determine what makes people tick and what makes things happen, So, I wish that I didn't have to say this, but I've been on many, many initial calls as a patrolman of women who have killed their children, and some throwing them out the window of a 15-story housing apartment, others who have stuffed their children in garbage compactors, and then when the garbage guys go to get the bags, they have recovered children inside garbage compactors. So there's so much horror that goes on. So many things that I've personally been involved in. So I don't feel like it's it's kind of an even scale. It's kind of like 50-50. So
I think it's a trend at the moment, though, in the sense of the media. The media seem to think that we all want to know about men who kill their wives and children, so those cases are more prominent in the media. Because yesterday I found out, I didn't know, but back in the 1800s, a woman named Amelia Dyer killed 400 children. I hadn't heard that before.
I hadn't heard that either, but I trust that you have known and read about.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do a live about it. But I think the media thinks that that's what we want to hear about, because I guess a lot of people do at the moment. It seems to be the thing. I don't know.
Well, I love it. I love the way she just said, "I don't know." Can you say that again? I don't know.
I don't know.
I love the accent. I'm sorry, Bridget. I had to do that to you. But yes, very good point. And the media's job is to get ratings and get people to watch, right? So
exactly.
What we all have to, and this goes international. This is not just to America. This is not for the United States only. In all countries, it's different levels. I think here in America, it is really over the top. Hi, Kathy from Texas. Welcome in. But I believe throughout the world, media's job is to get ratings, to get people to view them. Just like some of the YouTubers on here that are so caught up in views and all that bullshit. And I know that you're not that person. You do what you do because you're passionate about what you do. Hi, Kelly in Oregon. Thank you for joining. Julie K, great to see you. But Bridget Parker is on here for no other reason than she is passionate about what she's talking about. And that's some of the good, genuine type things that I like to watch. Because when you are watching someone like Bridget, and I'm not just saying this, I'm not just tooting your horn because you're here on the phone with me, but when you watch somebody like Bridget, it could be a guy or a girl, but with that same that same drive to bring you the real facts and not bullshit, it makes it so much more enjoyable because you're getting the raw facts of the case, the raw true facts. The synopsis is not given to you from her perspective. She's given it to you for the most part for what the fact stated is. And that's what's great about it, her channel. And I like that. I
I appreciate it.
I've seen so many things in between and over the top, and I just tune right out. I don't badmouth them, I don't bash them, but I just don't like all the fluff. I don't like the fluff because the fluff to me is someone that's just trying to drag in an audience and to suck you into a false narrative, and I don't go for that. Hunter, thank you so much for being in here.
Haitian Princess, I think you just mentioned as well, DutyRon, the name Tessa Majors. I've just Googled it. That's a case you need to talk about. That's incredible. A 13-year-old boy was charged with her murder.
Oh, wow. I'm going to definitely have to look into that. Thank you, Haitian Princess.
Yeah, I Googled it. That's horrendous.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into.
Horrendous.
I'm going to definitely look into that one. But so I'm live over an hour. It's against my rules to stay live way past an hour. So it's an hour and 3 minutes. I'm gonna cut my losses here. I don't want to go any further. Because a lot of times when I go past an hour, it just doesn't do me any good.
It falls apart a little. That's what happened to my live. I was live for 2 hours.
Yes.
Half an hour towards the end, my microphone stand fell off. Everything.
It was like a crash and burn, right, Bridget? A crash and burn.
It was a sign.
Thank you, Bellamia, so much for those kind words. That's very nice of you, Bridget. Bunny Bub says, Bridget, you really deserve this. DutyRon, what a sweet tribute. Well, let me tell you something, Bunny Bubs. Bridget earned this because I don't really talk anybody up that I really don't fully believe deserves this. And Bridget has earned this. My respect always from day one with her has been very high. I highly respect her as a person first and foremost, as a human being, and then as a broadcaster. I have a lot of admiration and respect for her. So good to see you, TTNZ. Thank you so much for being in here. Yes, so it's my pleasure to have Bridget. Next time I'm going to have her up on a Zoom, and it'll be much more professional. We're going to get the dropped frames thing out of the way, and then everything should be good. But listen, make sure you guys subscribe on the replay. Bridget Parker, she is here on a teleconference, if you will. She's on a telephone conference with me. Subscribe to her channel.
In the future. You're talking to someone in the future. That must be very weird.
Yeah.
And you're in the past.
Yes.
Weird.
I'm teleconferencing with Bridget Parker. So go and subscribe to her channel. She's here in the chat. You can't go wrong with Bridget Parker. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I'm going to disconnect with you and then say a couple of quick goodbyes to people. So everybody. Okay. Bridget, thanks for coming up with me. And there she is right there in the chat. She is a moderator on my channel, and I have a lot of love and respect for Bridget Parker. So thank you for coming up on a phone call with me. Of course.
We'll talk soon.
Okay. Ciao for now.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Bridget.
Bye.
Thank you. Lovely Bridget. I love her. She is she's awesome. Awesome. Again, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit your notification bell, give this video a thumbs up for me and for obviously my good friend Bridget, who is just on here with me. Joey Brooklyn is also a great channel right there. Go and subscribe to his channel. He is freaking awesome. I can't say enough good about Joey Brooklyn. A really great guy. Thank you, Zan Kilo, for saying goodnight. Bella Mia / Susie P. Thank you so much for being here. Kathy from Texas, love and respect. And guys, if you haven't checked out my Streamlabs merch page, go over to my merch store and check out some of the merchandise I have. I got some great coffee mugs, t-shirts, sweatpants, a lot of great stuff for the ladies. And anyone that purchases any of my merch, as a bonus, you got to send me an email and with your order number. But if you order any of my merch, I'm going to include a 2020 New York City Detectives DEA card signed by DutyRon. So anybody that purchases merch, send me an email with the order number, and I will send. You have to give me your address too. So you'll have to trust me with your home address, and trust me, you can trust me with that. And I will mail you one of these New York City 2020 PBA cards. And actually, anybody who's given Super Chat in this broadcast, this is, I'm going to extend it to anyone who's given Super Chat during this broadcast. Just send me an email with the subject line Super Chat, and I will send you out one of these 2020 New York City PBA cards. Are they all New York City Police Department related? I'm not following that, Kim. And thank you for coming in if I missed you. Hello, Kim. Kelly in Oregon says, got it, Hunter. All right, you guys are all talking amongst yourselves. So there it is. Bridget just put in the Streamlabs merch link in the chat. Thank you, Bella Mia. Thank you so much. Email and POB. Email and post office box. Yeah, I would need an address to send the card to. I won't send this to a PO box. It would need to go to an actual address, to a street address. So I wouldn't send the cards out to the PO box. Good night, Hunter W. Thank you so much for being here. Joey Brooklyn, great to have you as my head of security and my moderator. Thank you so much for being in here. Joey Brooklyn, you guys give him a round of applause, because if it wasn't for Joey Brooklyn, I would not be on YouTube. Joey Brooklyn is instrumental in getting me over to YouTube. So I want to say thank you to Joey Brooklyn. Everyone, please give him some hand claps. in the chat, some hand claps for Joey Brooklyn in the chat, because if it wasn't for Joey Brooklyn, I wouldn't be on YouTube. He really pushed me to come on over, and I'm happy that I did. So thank you for pushing me on over to YouTube. Joey Brooklyn, everybody. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being in on the live. Merch Night Duty. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you soon. It's late. It's getting late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Time to go to bed. Thank you to everyone who supports me, my Patreon supporters, all of my people who positively interact in the chat. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, DutyRon. Go sign up for my Facebook YouTube video share group and my Facebook True Crime chat group. Go look for me there on Facebook, DutyRon, all one word. Good night. Hats off to Joey Brooklyn. Well said, Kelly in Oregon. Well said. Thank you so much. Frog Push Eye on weather. It's DutyRon at AOL.com. DutyRon at AOL.com. Good night to all, and everybody have a great weekend. Bridget, thanks for coming on the show, and I will speak to you on the next live. Love and respect from New York City. Good night.